Ever made a decision and like really wished you could take it back?
Oh, yeah.
One that just kind of sticks with you,
Definitely.
even years later?
You know what I mean?
Well, today, we're looking at Queen Elizabeth II
Okay.
in a moment that she called her greatest regret.
All right.
It's the Aberfan disaster in 1966.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A real tragedy in Britain.
Yeah.
So for those who maybe weren't around or don't remember,
Right.
let's set the scene.
Okay.
Aberfan was this small village in Wales,
Right.
super tight-knit community,
Yeah.
all built around the coal mine there.
So their life
The Merthyr Vale Colliery.
revolved around it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on October 21st,
Okay.
their world just completely changed.
Oh, no.
There was this coal waste tip,
Okay.
basically a mountain of debris
From the mining.
from the mine. Yeah.
Yep.
And it suddenly collapsed.
Like a landslide.
It was more like an avalanche.
Oh, wow.
This black sludge just roaring down the hillside.
Oh, my gosh.
And it buried Pantclass Junior School,
No.
along with some homes nearby.
Oh, that's awful.
And the sources really paint a scary picture.
Yeah, I bet.
The sound was like a jet engine.
Really?
And the dust was so thick,
Oh, wow.
you couldn't even see the sun.
It blocked out the sun.
It did.
Wow.
Can you even imagine?
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and it all happened so fast.
Oh, gosh.
These kids were just in class,
Starting their day.
starting their day,
Oh, wow.
and suddenly their world is just gone, buried in this black wave.
Awful.
And then the rescue efforts start
Right away, I imagine.
right away. Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone rushing to help,
Yeah.
digging through the rubble
With their hands even.
with anything they could.
Oh, my God.
Firefighters, miners,
Wow.
even just regular people,
Jeez.
all working together, just hoping for survivors.
That's amazing.
And the thing that really got me,
Yeah.
a lot of these rescuers were minors,
Oh, wow.
looking for their own kids
Oh, no.
in the wreckage.
Oh, jeez.
So sad.
I can't imagine.
I know. And the number of people lost is
It's
just,
got to be huge.
it's huge.
Yeah.
116 children
Oh, my God.
and 28 adults.
That's awful.
Think about that. For this tiny
Yeah.
community,
Right.
half of their children
Gone.
just gone.
Jeez.
The impact was devastating.
I bet.
It really affected all of Britain.
It was national news for sure.
It was a
Right.
national tragedy.
Right.
And all eyes were on the Queen.
Makes sense.
And here's where things get interesting.
Okay.
Prince Philip went to Aberfan immediately,
The next day.
the very next day.
Wow.
The Queen waited 8 days
Oh,
before going.
really?
And this became a big controversy
I can see why.
and a big regret for her.
Yeah.
So the sources have some explanations for this.
Like what?
Well, some people think she was told to wait.
To not interfere?
Yeah, not to disrupt the rescue or
That makes
anything.
sense.
Or to overwhelm everyone
Yeah, I get it.
who was already grieving.
Right.
Others think it was her personality. She was very reserved
Yeah.
and not really comfortable with public displays of emotion.
Right.
You have to remember, this was a different time
Oh, yeah, totally.
where stoicism was important
Yes.
and duty.
Right.
So she was in a difficult position,
I bet.
trying to balance her personal feelings
Right.
with what was expected of her as queen.
Yeah.
That tension,
Yeah.
that struggle
Right.
between her personal instinct
Okay.
and her public duty,
Yeah.
that's at the heart of this story
Oh, wow.
and her regret.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, it's interesting to think about someone so powerful,
Right.
like the Queen,
Right.
a symbol of strength for so many,
Yeah.
but still dealing with these emotions.
Human emotions.
Yeah, like we all do.
Yeah, it really shows she's human too,
Definitely.
not just a figurehead.
Right.
But so when she finally went to Aberfan
Yeah.
after those 8 days,
Yeah.
what was the reaction?
Well, from what the sources say, the Queen was really moved by it all.
Yeah.
She met with the families, offered comfort,
Right.
and really listened to them.
That must have meant a lot.
It did. And there's this one story
Okay.
about a little girl
Yeah,
who gave the Queen flowers.
I read about that.
It's a powerful moment
Yeah.
because the note with the flowers
Didn't know. Yeah.
said, "From the remaining children of Aberfan."
Oh, wow.
Just that
Yeah.
really gets you.
It does.
And I think it really affected the Queen.
Yeah.
Many think that visit was
Yeah.
a turning point in her reign.
You said earlier she called this her biggest regret.
Yeah.
Did she ever talk about it?
Publicly,
Yeah.
not really, no.
But
But her actions spoke louder.
what do you mean?
She kept going back to Aberfan
Oh, wow.
over the years.
So it wasn't just for show,
No, not an
a
odd
one-time thing
It was a commitment.
to the community.
Exactly.
And she did more than just visit.
Right?
She really advocated for them. I remember reading about
Yeah.
the misuse of those disaster funds.
And she stepped in.
She did.
Right.
That's huge.
It is.
Going from this kind of
Yeah.
distant symbol
Right.
to someone actively involved,
Exactly.
that's a big shift.
It is.
And I think it's a lasting legacy
Absolutely.
of the Aberfan disaster.
For sure.
It made the monarchy
Yeah.
confront its limitations
Yeah.
and adapt.
It had to.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
think about that symbolism
I know.
versus the reality
Yeah.
of losing a child.
The grief.
Yeah, that's the tension Aberfan exposed.
It did.
The monarchy represents strength,
Right.
but couldn't stop this.
Right.
And the Queen's response,
Yeah.
by engaging more directly,
Yeah.
that shows a shift for the monarchy.
In the modern world,
Yeah,
it had to move past
right.
just the formality.
The stoicism
Yeah.
to connect with people.
On a human level.
Yeah, and there's also this other side to the Queen,
Okay.
her sense of humor.
Oh, right.
That story about the tourists
I love that story.
near Balmoral,
Yeah.
they had no idea who she was.
And asked if you'd met the Queen.
Yeah, it's crazy to think
It's funny.
a Queen just casually joking,
Yeah.
like a normal person.
I wonder how often that happened.
I know, right?
It's a good reminder
Yeah.
that she was human too.
Behind the Crown.
Yeah.
This deep dive
Yeah.
has really changed my view of the
Yeah.
monarchy.
It's complex.
It is.
Yeah.
And Queen Elizabeth,
Yeah.
it's more nuanced
Than people think.
than I ever thought.
That's what's great about these deep dives.
Right.
We go beyond the headlines and
Yeah.
find the human side of things.
Okay, but let's
Okay.
shift gears a bit.
Okay.
Aberfan
Yeah.
has these universal truths
Yeah.
about leadership and responsibility.
Makes you think.
It does. Aberfan shows us something
Yeah.
about how we handle crises
It does.
in our own lives.
Yeah.
And as a society.
For sure.
It wasn't just the Queen facing these tough choices.
Right.
The whole country was watching.
The world even.
Yeah, what would she do?
Right.
And people had different views
Yeah.
on how she reacted.
Some were critical.
Yeah, that initial delay.
Right. They saw it as
Attachment?
from the people suffering.
Yeah. Others understood.
Her position
Yeah, the pressure
to stay composed.
when everything's falling apart.
It's a tough spot.
No win situation almost.
Yeah, you're right.
But what's amazing
Yeah.
is how she handled it.
In the end,
She didn't ignore her mistake.
no,
She learned from it
that's important.
and changed how she saw
Her role,
her role as queen.
in a modern world.
That's a big lesson
It is.
for all of us.
Yeah,
We all mess up.
we do.
We're all going to face those times.
Where we don't know what to do.
But it's about growing from it,
Exactly.
becoming better,
Right.
admitting we're not perfect,
That we're human.
right? And use that.
To be more understanding.
Yeah, more
That's
compassionate
more effective.
as leaders in our own lives.
It's not just about showing emotion.
Right.
It's about action.
The Queen championed Aberfan.
Yeah.
She used her position.
To help.
And she even fixed things.
Like with the funds.
That's action, not just symbolism.
It is.
So finding that balance
Mhm.
between empathy,
And action.
doing something concrete,
Making a difference.
that's the key.
It applies to everyone.
Yeah. Whether it's personal,
Or something bigger,
we need both.
emotional intelligence.
And action.
That sweet spot.
Yeah. This has been eye-opening.
It has
Changed how I think about
leadership
and connecting with others.
when they need it most.
That's what we want
With these deep dives,
to make you think
challenge those assumptions.
and help you grow.
So what did you think? What resonated with you?
Did the Queen's actions,
Change your view
what lessons did you learn
about leadership.
or about yourself?
Tell us in the comments.
This conversation goes beyond.
The history
It's about us,
and how we face challenges.
how we respond.
And how we grow.
So if you want more deep dives,
Like this one.
hit that subscribe button
We'll be back soon.
with another fascinating topic.
Keep asking those questions.
Keep learning.
Keep diving deep.